And welcome to GoBonnies.com. I'm here with Coach McFarland, fresh off of Notre Dame last week. Coach, I guess we'll start with the guys. What do you think of the guys' performance last week?
We wouldn't say spectacular, but wasn't disastrous at the same token. I think we underachieved at this meet, we'll put it that way, to put it pretty bluntly. I think we were expecting a little bit more, and I think sometimes when you expect to do so well at a particular meet and then you get into it and you don't do as well, then you feel it's a disaster, which I don't think it is, because looking at the times from last year, we were within 10 seconds one way or another, so it wasn't that bad of a meet. We didn't, at the D1, we didn't move up at all, but overall we would have been like in the teens if you scored all teams like they did in the previous, so it was a jump up from last year. So we're moving along. The guys are not all happy with what they did, but we'll keep moving along. We had a little bit of a setback with Ben. He has mono now, so we're in the process of trying to figure out what we're going to do with Ben. Ben was one of our top 5 guys, and that kind of hurt because he was in the back of the pack where he normally isn't. So that definitely hurt the team in that sense, and you got to feel Ben, because Ben worked really hard, and then for him to run the race that he did, he wasn't happy with it, but I give him a lot of credit for that.
And so who were some of the better performers out of the guys' team that you looked towards that maybe surprised you or rose to the occasion?
Well, there was a few that did. I thought Nick Mazziello did a nice job. Joe did a very fine job. Yourself, I thought you did well. And Kibby, I thought, Kibby's coming along. So we're moving along. The top guys are coming along, and some of the 6th, 7th, and 8th runners are beginning to establish themselves now, because they know the time is coming quickly upon them, that they got to establish themselves in the top 10, then in the top 7 to go to the rest of the meets the rest of the year, other than the next 2, then the following 2 after that, and start paring down. So now the competition really begins.
Absolutely. And so I guess on the women's side, Katie set the 5K PR or 5K record for the school.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
It was nice. I knew she's been aiming. That was one of her goals. Like I said, she set herself some goals this year, and that was one of the goals that she set. After the race, she thought she did very well, but she said she had a lot more in the tank, that she could have done a little bit quicker than that, so that was nice to see. And the girls' side, I thought we did very well. The top 4 were still under 20. There were mid-19s, high 19s, and then Katie in the 18s. Just shows you that we did honestly miss Carrie at this last meet, because she would have been in the 18s herself. But Alexis Young, I'm very happy, and Rachel both stepped up. Alexis being the freshman, she looked very good, and I'm glad we recruited her, because I can see there's a lot of potential in that young lady.
Absolutely. And so what do you look towards for the upcoming future meets when you look back on Notre Dame? Like, how does this meet affect?
It's like anything else. You have to have a short-term memory. If you don't think you did well, then you just work harder for these practices this week. This week's been a hard week of practices. Today's practice on Friday is very grueling, but they're working through it. Everybody's still very positive because they know they can do well, and they're in good shape. And a lot of it is a mental issue too. And we just got to get through this mental hump, I guess.
All right, thank you for your time, Coach.
All right, Chris, thanks.
All right, and the Bonnies will next race on Saturday, October 5th at the Paul Short Invitational at Lehigh in Bethlehem, Pennsylvania. The men will race at 12:15 and the women will race at 1. For more information, stay tuned here on Go Bonnies and follow us on Twitter @BonniesXC. For Go Bonnies, I'm Chris Spicer.